moments of moving from there to here, between the stars and the moonlight's glare, capturing a glimpse of the light so rare, brightly shining, our hearts declare. Radiant hearts, you shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light. In the warmth of the love we show, the golden glimpse of our diamonds glow. Kindness that we find, our hearts desire, the love we share in the radiant fire.
I was dancing to it. Hello, my beautiful viewers on E360. I hope that you are amazing. So today, I don't have my diamonds at the back, but I do have our diamonds here in this back part. I don't know if you can see behind us, because I have a problem. My steps that goes up there is gone. I don't know where my son have put a step, and he is not home yet. So he normally just go and he flips it, and he's not here. So my husband and myself are too short to try and get the screen, but the butterfly will do. So my beautiful viewers, I'm sure there is sometimes things that happens to you that you will get a big laugh. So I just laughed because my husband tried his best on his tippy toe to try and flip it, but it didn't work. So we are here, my beautiful viewers. First of all, thank you for joining us. I am truly honored today, and my heart is full because I want to introduce my beautiful Diamond Beauty Experts to all of you. So we are a group, Diamond Beauties Forever, a private group with almost 1,000 members, 1,000 ladies, and I've got 45 special ladies that is inspiring the ladies in the group. And today it's my honor to introduce beautiful Dar, beautiful Jennifer, beautiful Mary, and beautiful Natalie to all of you. So I'm so excited to have you all here, my beautiful ones. So Dar, if I can start with you, please can you introduce yourself to the viewers and to our ladies in the group, but most of the people, especially the new ladies, knows you. So please introduce yourself.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here, Sanet. You're just a wonderful friend and so much productivity. It's amazing on how many people you're reaching through your programs. So my name is Dar Geiger, and I am an author of Reignite Your Joy, Let God Lead Your Dance Through Life, as well as a joyologist due to a personal experience I had that's in my book, where I had an assignment to become God's joy giver. And that's it.
And where are you from, my beautiful Dar?
I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, United States of America.
Thank you. And I had the privilege to visit Dar twice and stay at her home. Thank you, my beautiful Dar, for all your love and kindness towards me. My beautiful Jennifer, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yes, my name is Jennifer Rogers, and I am from Norman, Oklahoma, like Dar in the United States. And I am the positivity catalyst expert in the group. And like Dar, connected with you, Sanet, and became an author. So just excited to walk that journey with you and complete some goals I had in life and keep moving forward in that positive realm.
That's so beautiful. And you are also our Thursday Mrs. Spots, but we are going to talk about the Mrs. Spots part. Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much. And I also had the privilege to hug you and kiss you here in front of your forehead, because we meet each other in New York, and it was quite an adventure going to New York. So it was wonderful. Thank you. My beautiful Mary, I had also the privilege to meet you at Dar's home, and we just had a biggest hug and really enjoyed each other's company. But please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from.
Yeah, it was such a great time meeting you and hanging out with Dar and you. That was wonderful and special. So my name's Mary Robinson, and I live in Fremont, Nebraska, which is actually really close to Dar. So Dar and I are friends, and we get together every once in a while. And I am also an author. My book, Seed Stem Bloom, Lessons from My Faith-Led Journey Through Cancer. So I'm a teacher of the visually impaired, and I love that career. And so through my journey through cancer, I decided to tap into the energy world. And so I also am a healing touch practitioner, and I like to mix both I guess modalities and with my teaching career. So thank you so much.
Well, that's
And I hope my
incredible.
dog's not making noise. She got a toy, so I will have to maybe step away for a second. I'm sorry if it's loud.
Just, just leave her alone. She's part of the family. Just leave her alone. Let you
Oh, good.
that.
I'm so nervous about it. She's making noise.
No, please just forget about it. Enjoy yourself. My beautiful Natalie,
Okay.
I had also the honor to stay at your home and meet all your family and experience New York with you. So, my beautiful Natalie, what an honor. So, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Absolutely. It was an honor. So, my name is Natalie McQueen. I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona, and I am a legacy publisher, and I'm the legacy expert of your group, which I'm very privileged to share legacy thoughts and ideas with people. We did get to spend a week together, which was amazing. And I feel that what you put into this community and how you build all of us to bring our specialty, our expert passions out and share them with your community is such an amazing, special thing. So thank you for having us.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Natalie. And Natalie also helped all of us to be part of Soul of a Diamond book compilation. So we are truly special. I don't have the global one, the sticker here, but we are truly so blessed to be able to be a global bestseller for our Soul of a Diamond project. So thank you so much. And I cannot believe all of us was part of that project. So, my beautiful Dar, if I can go to you and ask, and I'm going to ask all of you the same question. As our community, Diamond Beauties Forever, there's a sense of belonging. How important is that to not only yourself, but Dar, but also to the community, Diamond Beauties Forever?
Having a sense of belonging, I believe, starts when we're born as infants. So I think it's inbred in all people to have a sense of belonging and being loved. And you have had that gift and that ability to share yourself with others, and then the ripple effect, and others share with others. And that's what I've seen and experienced in the Diamond Beauties realm. And all the various ways that you are, the brilliant ideas you have was for subject matter and then matching. I mean, I think God's got his hand in this. I know he does. I mean, it's totally been blessed and expanding your territory. And so it's because we have that need to belong and to feel that we have purpose and to be loved. So you exude that, and you found all these wonderful people who have the very same thing. We all exude love and are wanting to share. We care about other people. So you are attracting what you're all about yourself. And God does that through people to attract what we put out. So we receive what we give out. And so it's been a wonderful journey being friends with you since 2020 or 21, whenever it was. I think it was 21. And watching how both of us have grown and how God has given us this feeling of belonging to each other, and the women that you've brought on, the men and women that you've brought on, and even the men are just cohesive with all of us too, if you girls have noticed and been on any of the men's programs with what they're sharing. Everybody's got such a heart for loving one another and to encourage and inspire to feel like we belong. So anyway, that was a little lengthy answer, but
Yeah, that is perfect.
perception.
That's perfect. Perfect. Thank you, my beautiful Dar. My beautiful Jennifer. And how important is the sense of belonging, not only just for you, but to our group as well?
Belonging to Diamond Beauties is more than just belonging to a group. There are sisterhoods that have truly developed, flourished, and become lifelong connections because two of us connected in this group. And so, just like you shared when you come to the United States for the book launch, being able to have homes that you can go to, being able to have sisters that you can travel with, those that you can put your arms around and hug, is so much more impactful than just saying, oh, I have a sister in Nebraska or I have a sister in Arizona. No, I have family in Nebraska. I have family in Arizona. I have family in Oklahoma. I have family in South Africa if I was to travel there. And so those connections are genuine because it's easy, right, to belong to a group and say, yeah, I pop in from time to time and I might contribute or share a quote or like or love a comment. But when you can take and turn that community into life, that's belonging. And that's what has come and been born from Diamond Beauties.
You gave me goosebumps. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you. And for you, my beautiful Mary?
Oh, ever since I have met you, Sanet, and I mean, I don't know if it was a couple years ago, I have felt nothing but belonging and love. And sometimes I question, like, is this like real? Like, how can somebody be so kind and generous and giving? And that's you. I mean, I thank you for all the opportunities and everything that you have done for me. And now that I'm Mrs. Potts on Mondays at 2 p.m. Central Time, everybody, it's called Fill Your Cup. And I actually was kind of nervous about it because I wanted to have more of a presence on camera. And I thought, well, this might be a good way to get my toes a little bit wet and see how that goes and whatnot. And I have been able to attend the other Mrs. Potts, not all the time because it doesn't always work in my schedule. However, I love the community and getting to know these ladies on a deeper level and also feeling that sense of belonging. And that's something that we all want in life because, I mean, nobody's life is perfect and we've all had some ups and downs. And so this is a safe place for women and men. I mean, because you have a men's group too, to become better connected and belong. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you, my beautiful Mary. I just want to let you all know on our, our first of the month Zoom session that we had, there was quite a lot of men joining us this time. And they were all in awe because I were joining the ladies from the Diamond Beauties, and they were so excited. So there was now a whole bus into the Tanzanite Euros. More men is going to join us on October the 7th when we're going to have our next live Zoom meeting. So they were telling, and these beautiful ladies, and they're all caring about each other. So I'm sure there's going to be more like men that's going to join us on that particular day. So that will be the only meeting that both groups will be in one meeting. So excited about that. So my beautiful Natalie, you as our legacy expert, what does belonging means for you, and how do you see the group is conforming to belonging in our group?
Well, for me, when I work with compilation books, for instance, I really want the people in the book to get to know the other authors and to see what similarities and differences that we have, because sometimes the differences can be an awakening that we say, oh, I can bring that into my life, or, oh, I like that, and they're doing it this way. Let me learn something new. And then the similarities, as we see, whether we're going through good times or bad times or difficult situations that, you have to structure around and put yourself out there, your vulnerability. What I've seen in this group is nothing but support, love, understanding, and just being there for each other. And it's such a nice feeling to be able to reach out and say, hey, I could use some help in this area. And people reach out and help. And then we do the same. How can we help you do this? How can we? And it's rare to have such a group of so many women come together and just be so selfless.
Thank you. I love that. So I quickly want to explain to the viewers on E360. I wanted to have a group of ladies. I call them my wisdom keepers, to be there for each other in good times and in bad times. And I wanted to let the older generation, and I want to say that word, older generation, be a beacon of hope for the younger generation, because more often our older generation is forgotten, and they don't have that value of giving their wisdom anymore. And I really didn't want to I wanted to create something that is beautiful, that there's a sense of belonging, a community, and that each other can feel they love each other without touching them or without seeing them for the first time. Because not love is only from touching, but to learn from each other and see each other's hearts. And my wish was, I did it for my birthday on June the 20th, 2021. And I created the Diamond Beauties Forever group in August 2021. Beautiful Dar, you have joined us from October 2021 in the group, and you are still here. You are from the beginning, my Diamond Beauty expert, because there was so many wisdom that's inside you that you have bestowed on so many of the group already. What I wanted to ask you, you now a newly laughter teacher. How do you find that through laughter, people can be uplifted? People can feel that if there's a stress coming their way, that they can go through this because of your training, and that you are now doing for other people. And you did a training session for us as well. Well, you have done twice or two already. So how amazing. Can you give us something about the laughter therapy, please?
I'm going to tell you the truth. It's challenging because people are not comfortable in their own skin about laughing too much. So in America, we all take ourselves really too seriously. And I think you gals who are in America with me would agree. So it is a lesson. It's a teaching that I try to equip people with understanding the value of laughter for our brain and our physicality. Because when we laugh, even though we're pretending, we have to give ourselves permission. And I've given classes here in my home, and I see women's faces, and they're not quite sure to pretend laugh. Your brain doesn't know if you're pretending or not, but you still develop dopamine and endorphins in the brain that give you a feeling of well-being. So it's a challenge. It really is. And if I'm lifting other people up, Sanet, all you women, if you're giving out of yourself, pouring yourself out to others, you need to have something come back to you to fill up your cup, right? So I have to find ways to fill up my cup, and as much of it is through my faith and through relationships with you women, to hear how we're managing our situations. But my scripture is, the joy of the Lord is my strength. And laughter, Proverbs 17:22. Laughter is like a medicine. So it's a challenge, but it's my assignment. It's what God told me to be, as his joy giver. And I take that seriously. But just like all of us, I'm not always up. You know what I mean? I'm just being real, right? So I have to rely on a power greater than myself who loves me and wants the best for me and trust just for today to take that next step. So that's my story.
I love your story and it's so beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Dor. So, my beautiful Jennifer, first of all, tell us about your Mrs. Potts, and then I would love you to tell us about your beautiful affirmations that you are doing and that you are writing it yourself, and how many ladies have you not only in your group, but in the Diamond Beauties have touched through your affirmations.
Yes, thank you. So I host Mrs. Potts Stirring Up Magic and Positivity on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Central Time. So tune into that. And what the Stirring Up Magic and Positivity is life is all about magic, right? The words we speak are magic. Our actions are magic. What we say, Dar alluded to it with her laughter. Your brain doesn't know if you're laughing for fun or laughing for pretend. And that is spot on with why I chose to do affirmations. They're healing. Because when I'm speaking out that healing, my brain doesn't go, oh, yeah, this part, or, you know what, I am having a good day. Even though I may be experiencing this, I still love myself. I can still do hard things. I can still be, and then fill in the blank. And so that's really what my room is about. But we take it a step further because it's great to come in and let's talk about things. But then I like to create little action items or homework pieces, and whether the ladies do them or not is not for me to know, but it's to plant the seed, right? So, for example, last week we spoke on using your voice, speaking your truth. And how many people don't do that? They've had something in life that, oh, I can't speak up. I can't say that. What will, and whatever the excuse might be. So our homework last week was to either speak to someone in kindness, to give them a review, a comment, because what happens, just like in Joy's laugh class, if one of us starts laughing, it spills over to the other. Same thing with giving that positive affirmation. If I give you a positive affirmation of, man, Sanet, you are glowing today. That right there. What did you just do? You lit up and you glowed. Not only did you do it, look at Mary smiling. It flows to everyone. So that's the part of stirring it up and speaking positivity. And Dar's right. We don't feel that every day. And that is part of being human. But you have an opportunity to come in and join any number of Mrs. Potts and find where you are feeling a need that day. Do I need to visit with Mary and filling my cup up? Do I need to get with Therese and have a beautiful meditation? Do I need to get with, Michelle and have a fun campfire story that I remembered something? So whatever it is that you are looking for, you'll find it here. And that is really how my women's group was born. And it's called Paria Meraki. Many of the Diamond ladies are in it already. And it's just a community of sisters where you can come in and say, you know what? I like this meme or I like this joke, and share it with us, because my only requirements are, 1, we're women, and 2, we're kind to each other. We're non-judgmental, we're accepting. And so I started it January 1 this year. I don't really do New Year's resolutions or things like that because I don't feel held accountable by myself at times, right? Sometimes I'm like, it's okay if I fell off the diet wagon 2 weeks in, or it's okay if I had that soda when I said I wasn't going to. I can find a way to excuse my own bad behavior, right? But if I'm putting out affirmations for the women's group, not only am I, when I'm saying I am, I ask you to repeat them with me. So now not only I am, but you are. And when I started seeing the change in my own group, you and I had a conversation and you're like, man, share this with the ladies. So I shared it there, and we started having an even larger impact to where I made them public, and it was just astronomical. And so I've set with this, and just a little plug here, we're taking it even further, and we're creating a podcast. And so that podcast is in recording now and will be rolling out soon. And it's a safe space, like Mary said, to come in and share your story. And then the concept or the experience of that story, I will write for you an affirmation. And like Sanet said, all my affirmations I've written, because it's important that it comes from the heart. It comes from so that I can experience it, and then you can experience it when you're repeating it back out loud.
Beautiful. So, my beautiful Jennifer, if you do have affirmations that you can give us in the second half of the show, please take it out and be ready. I'm also going to ask a beautiful Dar if she can help us laugh for 2 minutes and help us with something small for 2 minutes. And then, but first we'll go to Mary. So thank you so much, my beautiful Jennifer, my beautiful Mary, with your ability to be creative. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your posting in the Diamond Beauties. How easy is it for you to be creative and inspire others?
Well, I always think it's easier to inspire others than to inspire myself. I have this thing where I just innately, I love to help others with any obstacle. And it just seems like when I'm more focused on myself, I'm getting better at it, but I have to push myself a little bit, and I'm more motivated to help others. But I am very new to Mrs. Potts. I think I've only had 3 sessions. And so I haven't quite found like a solid foundation of where I want to go with it. But I've been using your themes, Sanet, that you gave us at the beginning of August so far. And I've just posed questions based on that theme to get us to think about it, whether that's belonging, because that was one of them. I believe that this week we're going to, actually just right when I get off of this, we're going to have Mrs. Potts on Monday, and we're going to focus on self-compassion. And, that's what I'm leaning towards now, is kind of focusing on a theme. However, I might do oracle cards. Some people have been doing some really amazing things in theirs, and I'm like, oh, I might piggyback off of that a little bit. So it's just fun because you leave it open for us to do what we feel like would be best for the group session.
But I must just tell you, I have attended the one that you have that beautiful presentation.
Oh.
And I think you were also there, my beautiful Dar. You blew me away. So that's the reason for my question to you is, how amazing is your creativity to have done that presentation? And I don't want you to feel obligated to do. You just do what you feel you want to do, because it's open for you to make Mrs. Potts your event.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. It was probably the teacher in me. I had a PowerPoint and I was all ready for this and that. And then I'm like, you know what? It probably doesn't have to be so structured. So I've done a little bit of a PowerPoint, but I kind of gotten off of that because I think the teacher in me wants it to be like, okay, we're going to do this and that. And you know what? It's not going to be. And I like it organic. So you might not be seeing as many PowerPoints unless I have something really cool to share.
I love that. And how do you feel when your Mrs. Potts is finished on a Monday?
Oh my gosh. I feel inspired by the people that were on there. I feel like I'm really helping others, and they're helping me. We learn from each other. And I have to say, I wasn't sure how I would feel about Mrs. Potts because it was new, and I am loving it. In fact, because I do work part-time, and I'm like, okay, could I have be at this Mrs. Potts on this day? Or do I have, can I juggle my schedule a little bit so I can attend some of these? So guess what I did today? Okay. Today I had an eye appointment, and it was just a yearly exam. And I thought, I'm just going to go on Mrs. Potts while I'm driving, and eyes were on the road. And I just said, hey, I'm on my way to an eye appointment. Can I just listen in? And they're like, sure, that's great. So I did just that. And I enjoyed it. And I had to leave a little early, but nobody cares. Come early, come late, stay as long as you can, and leave early if you need to. And that's what I love about it. So I'm really enjoying it. Thank you so much for this opportunity, because I had never experienced Mrs. Pot before.
Wow, thank you. I can just tell all of you that the feedback is amazing, especially now with our 15. We've got 15 Mrs. Spots from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, different areas, time zones in America and Canada. And the ladies is just love the different Mrs. Spots. And then the Mrs. Spots love not only their sessions, but also the sessions with others. So my beautiful viewers, you were wondering, what is this Mrs. Spots? So it's just here that I quickly want to mention before moving over to Natalie. Mrs. Spots is from Beauty and the Beast. And Mrs. Potts was that beautiful housekeeper that wanted to make sure everybody is happy. And she also looked after her little boy called Chip. So our beautiful ladies in our group is our Mrs. Spots, and they've got all half an hour sessions that anybody can phone in. There's no recording, but we do ask the people that's there if we can take a photograph and then post that into the Diamond Beauties group. So my beautiful ladies, I could not attend last week, and this week is going to be very difficult for me because in the last 3 weeks, I put in 2 months of work. So I am extremely busy. But can I tell you something? Every time I see your photograph of all the people laughing, I literally go like this. I will say, thank you, my beautiful Lord. Look at all the smiling faces. Thank you. And then I send kisses to you and to beautiful God, because He gave me this image of the teapot. And now we've got 15 Mrs. Teapots, 15 tea parties from Monday to Friday. And guess what, my beautiful ladies? The men is going to start with it's not going to call Mrs. Potts, and it's also not going to be called tea parties. They're going to have a meeting on next week to find out there's going to be 3 parties for the first month or 2, 3 parties, and they will have their own name. And I will just help them get started, and then I'm going to pull out so that they can run, because I do believe the men needs to talk to each other. And they don't need me to be there. I just need to know they're getting started and they are doing, and I would love to see the photograph.
I think it may be awkward if you just popped in.
I'm sure. And then all of them are zip and they don't want to talk.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get them started. And then I needed to see who will be taking charge, because I'm also going to do a beautiful article for our male. I don't know how to say, but not Mrs. Potts, but I don't want to say beer parties. I don't actually know what they're going to call it. But equivalent in Mrs. Potts, there's going to be for the males, and it's going to be also in the Diamond Moment magazine, and we will be able to showcase in their links as well. So my beautiful Jennifer and Mary, when I come back past, I will just quickly want to ask your how do you find the Diamond Moment magazine article on Mrs. Potts? But it can just be a quick answer, and then okay. So now, first of all, I want to go to Natalie. So my beautiful Natalie, your story changed almost 6 years ago when you had a near-death experience all around legacy. And you are also not only have all these amazing products, on a legacy, but you also are telling people what they can do and not do with the legacy. And you have done a few posts for us as well. Can you tell us how important for anybody out there to start with their legacy project, if I can call it a project, because it is actually a project?
Yeah, it really is. It's your legacy, it's your life, right? And what my near death experience really showed me was we are the creators of our life. And sometimes we just think we have so much time to, I'll do it later. And when something happens to you like that, it kind of gives you kind of a kick in the pants. And then you realize I need to start thinking and creating the life that I really want to be living and to be remembered for. And so I call it my legacy blueprint. And it's talking about analyzing where you are now and looking at the things you're doing, looking where your time is spent, and then working on your legacy list. And your legacy list can be things that you want to accomplish, that you want to be remembered for, that you want to actually do. And it could be anything from, if you say, I want to be remembered as a community leader, but you never leave your house to go out in the community, well, you better work on that, right? So what are those steps from where you are now to being a community leader? How can you start taking part? Or I want to be remembered for the best grandmother ever and just, be all in with with the children. Well, you need to actually spend time with the grandchildren, right? So really structuring where you are in life, and it's okay if you've fallen short. Most of us look and we say, oh, I wish I would have done that 10 years ago. Hopefully we have many more years to do that. So don't beat yourself up and look at today and where can you start today working on the legacy that you really want. And then once you put a couple things down, pick the priorities. Maybe you say, I want to travel Europe. Start planning that trip, whether you have the money for it or not. By planning it, you're going to see, oh, I need this much money. How can I come up with that? You're already putting it out into the universe of what you want, how you want it to go. You're picturing it in your mind. It's already out there. And then if it's like, okay, I need an extra $10,000, how can I come up with that? And then maybe it's working a few extra clients or doing some extra odd jobs that you can bring in some income. And then that's your Europe trip. So it's really taking action on your creation of what you want. It's not difficult, but we all get caught up, and I am so guilty of this, get caught up on that hamster wheel of life. And you're just go, 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 go. And then you're like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, what we don't want to happen is you're 90 or, and you're looking back and you're saying it's too late, or you have those regrets. So even if it's small steps, take those small steps every day towards creating, living, and preserving the legacy that you want. And preserving, think about that. Some of us here are grandparents. I don't have grandkids yet, but I have grand dogs and a grand bird. and so think of how your stories, what you've experienced in the world, and sharing that, whether it's a recording of yourself sharing the story or writing it down in a legacy book, how that can impact them later down the road. And they can be like, oh, my grandma was a rock star. I didn't really realize it because I was so little when she passed, but now I have her voice, I have her pictures. I want to tell everyone how amazing my grandma was. And look at, she left right here her favorite cookie recipe. I have it in the book. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to put these things together, but it can really change how generations hang on to you and get to know you and pass on those traditions and legacies and yummy recipes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, my beautiful Natalie. That was one of the things that have really caught my heart, is that my grandmother made the most beautiful food. I don't do food, but my husband does food, and my son. And I would have loved to give some of her recipes to my daughter, my son, and they could continue with. But unfortunately, nobody kept it, and it's gone forever. So thank you so much for that. My beautiful Dor, do you have 2 minutes to spend for us to do a laughter session, please?
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you girls. First things first, I'm going to have you imagine that I'm Dr. Dar, and I'm going to write you a prescription. Okay? So this is for all 4 of you ladies. It's a prescription for laughter lotion. And you have to put it on 10 times a day, and then you have to share it with your loved ones around you, okay? So I wrote the prescription for Sanet and Jennifer and Mary and Natalie. Here it is. Now we're going to use it. So we're going to take our tube of laughter lotion, open up the cap, and pour it in your hand. Now rub it all over yourself. Oh man, I got so much laughter, cream all over me. Jennifer, she's checking her eyes.
Hey, we get those crows, right?
I'm like, what was it? Anti-wrinkle and laughter?
Oh, I add that to my skit. Anti-wrinkle is part of the lotion. Awesome, girls. So I'm going to challenge you with another challenge, and I know you're going to, well, I'm not going to speak it. 1 minute of laughter. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're building endorphins.
My laugh muscles are getting tired.
Yeah. Okay, we did it. So now I want to ask you girls, how are you feeling?
Good. Great.
I feel amazing. I actually feel I don't have enough oxygen. I have to hold on to my table.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, I need a drink here.
Was it challenging for you girls when you saw the hourglass?
A little bit, yes.
You're watching the sand, you're going, oh my gosh, I still have a lot to go and I have to keep laughing.
I think it's easier doing it together because I could look at each one of you and laugh at you laughing.
It's challenging.
Oh, wow.
And just to give you an understanding about the challenge of encouraging people to laugh, so therefore I have to offer the benefits, educate people about what the benefits are. And so therefore there is a need for it, but thank you for an opportunity, Sanet, to share just a little bit of helping, encouraging people to laugh for their benefit, for their health. For the health of it is my quote. To learn the benefits of the tools of laughter to develop a positive mental attitude every day for the health of it.
Wow.
So you can pretend laugh like Jennifer understands, and you're still going to build dopamine and endorphins in the brain that help your health, your immunity, your heart, your digestion, everything. So,
Beautiful,
The
beautiful.
workout. I literally could feel my muscles.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
too.
They need more. They need more exercise,
I
Natalie.
guess so.
Oh wow! And then my beautiful Dor, you and Gwen did do Whack It Wednesdays. So please continue posting it in the Diamond Beauties. The ladies loved that. Thank you. So my beautiful Mary, I'm going to ask you, and then you are welcome to go off a little bit earlier because you need to prepare for your Mrs. Spots, and I will be joining you as well. So can you tell us when you saw the first time the Mrs. Spots article, I think it's 6 pages in the Diamond Moment magazine, how did you feel when you saw it the first time?
Is there a word like, is there a good word for this? Um, just amazing. And I know there's a way better word, but just, like, wow. Is that like, wow? But in general, the Diamond Moments magazine is just phenomenal. If nobody's seen it, they need to, because you not only have it interactive for everybody, you can, look through the table of contents, something that interests you, but it's positive stuff. It's all positivity. And like, that's something that we all need. And so for the Mrs. Potts edition of it, just like, thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
for
Because
letting me be involved with that too.
Oh, well, thank you. Because it is so easy if they know your time, and the banner with the times is of all the Mrs. Spots. They can go to your banner and they can click on the banner. It says join, and they can join, go directly into your Zoom meeting. And from my side, I would just want to thank you, Jennifer and Mary, for including you in the events tab, your Mrs. Spots. So it makes it easy, especially for the new ladies, to click on there and then join your beautiful Mrs. Spots. So my beautiful Mary, thank you so much. If you want to drop off, you are welcome to prepare, or just a minute or two, but you are welcome. So my beautiful Jennifer, can you give us your beautiful affirmation, please?
I can. And to show that these are written in real time, real moment, you talked about Beauty and the Beast and Mrs. Potts, and you called her a housekeeper. And I don't know that I've ever heard her called that. So that is the word that came to my mind. And so I'm taking that and I'm shortening it to keeper. So what I'd like to do is I would like to say it one time. You ladies say it once, and then the viewers will say it once, and that'll meet our 3. So for courtesy of time, but I've written 3 for you. So the first is, I am the keeper of my happiness.
I am the keeper of my
happiness.
Thank you. I am the keeper of love of myself and others.
I'm the keeper of my love
of
for
myself
myself
and
and
others.
others.
Yes. And
We're
don't worry
a little
about
bit different
right,
timing.
whether you need to say for or of. The word that resonates with you will come out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the thought that I need to help plant for you. Okay. Now this one's a little different. I am the keeper of the key that unlocks the door of life's possibilities.
I am the keeper
of the key
the
that
key
unlocks
the
the
door.
door to endless possibilities.
endless possibilities.
See, Mary, exactly. Find what fits you. It's just giving that little bit of initiation for you.
Mm-hmm. Very
That
nice.
was beautiful. Thank you.
That is so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful Jennifer. So, my beautiful Jennifer, do you like the Mrs. Spots article in our Diamond Moment magazine?
I'm with Mary. There's not a word, but I think like is the wrong word. I think love, blown away. Mary's right. There's not a word that can describe it. And what you find is you learn a little bit more each time about someone else. Even though we may know, oh, I've heard Mary's story before, I've heard Jennifer's story before. That magazine, just totally different perspective. And for it to come every month at no cost, you're like, this is wild. I get all this pouring into me just for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful Natalie. Do you have a message for all the Diamond Beauties? By my beautiful Mary, see you just now in your Mrs. Potts. Do you've got a message for all the amazing Diamond Beauty experts?
Absolutely. I would
I'm
say,
sorry, experts, and then for the group as well.
yeah. Well, I would say for the experts to feel that whatever your life experiences have showed you, and you can teach us or give us some inspiration of what to do, what not to do, how to make our lives better, and how to make the world a better place. I love stuff like that. And I think anyone in the group, don't be afraid to reach out to the leaders of the group and have a coffee chat, have a time together to get to know each other. I think when, we post or a quick video or something, you get a little essence of us. But when you really get that one-on-one time to learn about your families, to learn about, what really makes you passionate and what you want to do to make the world a better place, that's where the JV partnerships, the working together, that I can do this, or I know someone that can help you with that. That's when the magic comes. So yeah, don't hesitate.
Thank you. So my beautiful Diamond Beauties, any of you can become a Diamond Beauty expert if you post your beautiful expertise in the group, and you get a lot of traction and likes. And please, ladies, don't just like it. It doesn't count. Give hearts. Please give hearts, because that means the Facebook will pick up. It's a 1 point. And if you do a comment and that lady's post, it means that in total that post will get 3 points, and then they will send it out. They will not drop it off. They will send it in the loop for it to run. So please give hearts and comments. And when you do that, I will pick up who is inspiring us. And then I will have a coffee chat with you, and I will ask you, would you love to be part of the Diamond Beauty Expert? So any lady can be a Diamond Beauty Expert. And my beautiful ones, you can actually have a coffee chat with anyone in the group. I have done 515 coffee chats in 2 years and 9 months. I've learned so much of all the people around the world. All of us want to be loved, and all of us want to love and take care of our family. So my beautiful viewers on E360, I hope that you had an amazing show, Soul of a Diamond show today. And I'm truly blessed and honored. And I love each and every one of you, my beautiful Dar, Jennifer, Mary that just left, and Natalie, for coming through to inspire us today. So we want to say, please look after yourself, smile often, and keep on dancing. Bye, everyone.